I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to a Christmas gift my stepson gave me, Bart. It's a Dremel Saw Max, and I'd just like to show you a couple of the features on it that came with it. And I guess I'll just start out show you that this is the what you call the depth gauge. You just release that wing nut right there, and you can set your depth of whatever depth you want to go to, up to a point. I think it's about 1.5 inches, maybe closer to 1 inch. And of course you can just set it wherever you want it, making a deep cut, or if you just want to barely skim, say 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever, set at whatever depth you want. And then I can show you how easily the blade is changed. You got the little blue button on the top right here. It locks the mechanism so it can't turn. And just merely take, and by the way, this is a left-handed screw, so you have to turn it clockwise in order to remove the screw. You just take that and screw it out like that. Got a little washer on top of it right here that keeps it centered. And if you want to put an offset blade on there, you just take that little washer and put it back on that right there, and it kind of finds itself. And again, the screw is a left-handed screw, so you have to turn it to the left or counterclockwise to tighten it up. I think it's a pretty handy little thing. Just tighten it up a little bit like that, and everything's fine there. And you're ready to go with this particular one is an offset blade. It brings it closer to the surface right here, where you get up closer to objects when you're cutting. And of course you got the plug, just a standard 110 volt plug. Just take it and turn it on. There you go. You got a safety feature on the bottom here, so you can't accidentally turn it off. And it's got a depth finder right here on this depth thing I was showing you previously. It looked like it would go, well, it states 3/4, but I can see that that blade is more than 3/4. And it comes with, you got the offset blade as I showed you. That's a multi-purpose blade. Then you got the just a straight multi-purpose blade. And it also comes with a tile blade. I highly suspect that it's a very hardened material around the edge there, since it's cutting tile. Maybe diamond. And then it's got just a regular abrasive metal blade. All that comes with it. And one more little feature I want to show you. It's got a, I guess you call it a directional thing. When you're cutting, you can direct the particles away from you, or even towards you if you want to. And I guess if a person wanted to, they could put a bag on it that does not come with it to catch the particles or dust, which is kind of a, like I say, unique picture. It also doubles as a hearing cone. Well, I don't know of anything else that I can show you about it right now. I'll give you a demo here in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching. This is my first time for using the Dremel Sawmax, and I wanted to make a video of it to give everybody an idea how it works. I'm going to cut that little rectangle out right there so I can let's put a switch in it. So I'm going to make a racket here and see what you think. I have now removed the aluminum metal on the outside, and now I'm going to start cutting into the stud and see how it does with that. I'm using a multi-purpose blade, just a straight blade. It's not an offset blade, so we're going to see how it does with that. So far it seemed to be doing pretty good. I'm going to make the deck cut a little bit deeper so I set it deep. Set it deep is the go right there, and we just see what happens from there now. That's as deep as that'll go now. What I'm going to have to do is get a wood chisel and finish knocking it out. This may take a little while. Well, I think you got the idea of what I was trying to accomplish right there. I don't think you want to sit there and watch me dig that hole out, but you get a pretty good notion of what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is make a hole in the stud to accommodate this motion sensor here. I'm making a hole about that size right there to accommodate the back of it. Thanks for watching. A few minutes ago, or a few seconds ago, you saw me cut a hole in the wall here where the elevator is, and I guess I'm going to try to show you why I cut the hole in there, but I need to show you some particulars about my particular elevator that is kind of uncommon to most elevators. So if you will, just bear with me, and be a little bit boring, but at least maybe you'll understand the purpose of cutting the hole, if you will. As you can see, I got a door here, just like most conventional elevators, and that's obviously to keep you from walking in the elevator without opening the door. Duh. If I take my elevator and let it go up, now you can see that the elevator is not in a down position, so it'll be very easy for a person to step off into that pit right there. But since the elevator is up, the door cannot be opened at this point in time. Got a safety interlock up here that will not allow it to open if the elevator is not down in the entry position. So of course, I bring it back down, and it releases the safety interlock. Then I can open the door. Now I just opened the door, and you see that there is not a second door there like most elevators have. And that, like I said, that makes it very easy to enter because they don't have to open the second door. The safety feature is there's a light curtain running vertically here on each side. And by the way, when I have most of the time I keep the elevator with that key in there to bypass the interlock. And the reason I can do that is because I'm basically here by myself most of the time, and I just use that door if I have children or unfamiliar guests to keep them from walking into the elevator and not using it properly, in the proper mode. But as I was talking about the light curtain, you see back in the back there, when I do this, a red light comes on. That means that the elevator will stop. Just give you a demo on that. If I take that and do that, the elevator stops. I like to tell people that you may fall out, but at least the elevator will stop as long as the light curtains are working. And like I said, that's the way I operate it most of the time, is with the door open, and I just walk in, mash the button, and go on up, such as like this. Now I just go up. If I happen to fall out, the elevator stops. Anytime that you put your hand in front of this curtain, which simulates your body or whatever, it can be even down low, you see that this light curtain runs vertically on both sides, all the way up. No matter where you put your hand or put an object, I've even put a pencil in there. So you can take a pencil, stick it in there, and the red light comes on. So like I said, I'm just showing you some of the particulars there now. Okay, now then, I know it's getting boring, but what I want to do now is show you more about what the purpose of this is. Because I showed you the operation of it. Attempt to show you my normal routine, if you will. If I'm over here in the other part of my man cave and I want to go upstairs, I just simply leave my man cave and walk over here and step into the elevator, as I showed you previously, and just go on upstairs. No problem. That's with my lights on and everything, and I can see everything fine. And part of the elevator etiquette, if you will, I try to tell everybody, since it's my elevator, wherever I am, that's where I like the elevator to be. And of course, everybody's human, and sometimes they forget, and they'll take the elevator and leave it up, as I'm demonstrating here. Now I'm going to give you another scenario. If I'm over here again, over here in my man cave, and I have my lights on and everything just like normal, I look over here and I'm going to go upstairs, and I walk around the corner here. Oh, the elevator's up. I have to let it down. Okay, that's no problem. So I go ahead and let it down. Let it down, and then I can walk on in there, no problem. But now, here is the other scenario. Let's just say that I come over here. I'm going to turn the light on here because it's going to get dark when I do. It's going to get darker when I do this. I want you to be able to see. Just visualize this, if you will, that I turn my lights off. And again, if that light right there is not on, this is basically what you see. And if I come around the corner now, and I can't see in there, I fall into the pit. This is a view of the pit that I keep referring to. It's not a very deep pit. It's not but about 12 inches deep. But at my age, I guess I could sustain a broken arm or a broken leg, or even hit my head on that piece of pipe, or actually a cylinder that operates the elevator, makes it go up and down, or I could hit my head on that steel channel over there in the corner. That's the runner for the wheel that sustains the elevator. Or like I say, there's just any numerous things that could happen. Of course, while I'm here, I'll go ahead and show you. That's the limit switch right down there. As give you a little closer picture of it there. That's the limit switch that makes the light stay off when normal operation. Of course, this is the wiring for the motion sensor in this corner right here. Whoa. And obviously, like I said, you cannot see, so I got a headache or a broke arm or something. Okay, now I'm going to bring the elevator back down. we're finally going to get to the meat of the purpose of cutting the hole. And I guess the best way to demonstrate this is to show you another scenario. Again, I'm on. Okay, here is the last segment. As you can see, well, I guess you can't see my point exactly. Now, again, I'm getting to the meat of the purpose of the hole in the wall. I know I've gone a long way around it, but we're about to get right to it. The elevator is up now, and of course you cannot tell that, and I can't either. Right, but I have put in another safety feature here to alleviate my falling into the pit. If somebody happens to go up and leave the elevator down, and I come over here and I turn the lights off before I get on the elevator, I have no idea it's up, and because I can't see in there. All right, if I walk around the corner, or right here, it automatically turns on the light to let me know that the elevator's up. So all I have to do is put the elevator down, go in there, and I am safe and ready to go upstairs. Thank you so much for watching. I'll do more later on.